slows in front, and Janubi for South Africa wins it by a half length.
In tonight's edition of the Road to the Dubai World Cup 2018 Part 4, we've come to the exquisitely beautiful Blair Athol estate, where of course the Alistair Cohn benefit was held, courtesy of Paul Marks, and we're hoping to find South Africa's greatest sporting ambassador ever, the one and only Gary Player. This is his statue, and we're hopefully going to be chatting to him about Mike de Kock and his ambassadorial role in South African horse racing, just as Gary Player was the unparalleled ambassador of golf from South Africa around the world, and what he thinks Mike de Kock has done for South African horse racing in his participation in the 2018 Dubai World Cup, which goes back all the way to 2002. As a result of Sunbet's vision, their division of Sun International, they have sponsored the Dubai World Cup broadcast this year, where a man called Michael de Kock, who I know you're a big fan of, a man who certainly deserves to be in the Hall of Fame along with Michael Roberts. He has done more for South African horse racing than any other South African. As what you've done for golf in your years, in his short time, he's done a fantastic amount. He's got two runners on Dubai World Cup night, in Janubi, a son of Silvano, Al Sahim, also a son of Silvano, ironically. What's your view on Mike de Kock and his ambassadorial role for South African horse racing?
I cannot speak highly enough about Michael de Kock. My ambition was to have the best record in the world. I don't have the best American golf record, but I always wanted to have a global and have the best record globally, which I've achieved. And later on in life, I saw Michael de Kock with the same ambition. It really turned me on to see him go across. He's been an innovator. He has been a man that has great vision. We all know what a great trainer he is. But to go over into Dubai and go to America and go to Britain, and what he's done is put South African racing on the map. And people must understand in South Africa that racing is a phenomenally big sport. Golf is televised every week around the world, and so is racing. They're two of the biggest sports and play the biggest role in advertising South Africa that you can possibly think about. And I hope that a lot of younger people will follow suit.
Quite amazingly, he's the man that trained Patchouli Dancer, the best son of Mistral Dancer that Gary Player ever had on his farm.
Yes, and he still says Ippy Tommy was the best filly he ever trained. And the strange thing is the mother was this size, like a Great Dane. Horse racing and golf have similarities. You can be small and be a champion. You've got to have courage, you've got to have patience, you've got to have foresight, you've got to have vision. Very, very humbling sports. It's an education. To be a professional golfer or in the horse business is an education on humility, which is an essential ingredient in one's life. Invariably, I saw in my life they were thinking because you won tournaments in America, you were the best in the world. Not necessarily so. You're only the best in the world. They have the World Series of Baseball, and there's no world competitors. I mean, how do you give a title the World Series of Baseball when there's nobody else playing other than America?
It's an Americanism.
Yes. So the only way to find out who's the best in the world is to have, as Mike de Kock so appropriately said, 4 majors. Wherever they, Australia, South Africa, Hong Kong, Dubai, America, Europe, wherever it may be. Pick 4 and and they'll come across every 3 months. So they'll have time to travel, time to get acclimatized, and then see who the real world champion is. And wait for age. Not like the Melbourne Cup, which is a handicapping system. Am I correct in saying that?
Hopefully South Africa will be able to participate if the African horse sickness protocol changes.
Which is a lot of damn nonsense. It's a lot of nonsense. We've never had a horse that's left South Africa that's ever spread horse sickness. It's politics. It's trying to corner the market. I mean, every time I went anywhere, the Australians were saying, don't bring these horses in from South Africa. They got horse sickness. And people are gullible, and it's not fair. It hasn't been a fair, level playing field. And this is where Michael de Kock has helped so much, and other people in the horse industry who are devoting a lot of time, which we all appreciate their efforts.
Janubi punches, slows in front, and Janubi for South Africa wins it by a half.